Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already fucking know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye up, bye up, bye ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a hoe with a snack habit. Bye up. Or as you can tell by the thumbnail right there, does size really matter? Does size really matter? ¿Sabes qué? Nah, get your head up out the gutter, man. And in Menudo style in a direct fashion, we ain't talking about that, right? Well, Sasuke Gunner, that's how I think. Well, you're thinking wrong. Guard! You too, motherfucker, right? We're getting into some real shit today. Does size matter when you're on the yard in prison? Does size matter in life? And I'm here to tell you, it kind of doesn't, it kind of doesn't. It really is, but it really wasn't, right? Because if you really think about size, people that are bigger seems to go further in life. They seem to get a little bit more attention. And that's what I think it is, attention. Now, we're all born with a certain frame on our body. We're all born a certain way, man. You can't switch it up. If you come from a fat family, 9 times out of 10, guess what I say? You're going to be fat, right? If you're born a skinny meanie, guess what, Holmes? You know what I mean? Woody Woodpecker, ha, right? That's it. You're going to be skinny. It just is what it is, man. People that got good size, they got athleticism, you can start with that frame, Holmes, and you can build upon it. Now, I'm not here to tell you a fat guy can't be nice. I'm not here to tell you a skinny guy can't be nice. Anyone can get it, man. It's all about dedication and hard work and what you put into it. You see guys that go into prison, man, right? They're all fucked up, been on that escante, been out there, and the guy is running amok, doing their thing, Holmes, and they get in prison, they come out a monstro, a straight monster, swole, nice size. Maybe not like back in the 70s and 80s when they had free weights. But nowadays, they come out real cut up, doing a lot of burpees, the rutina, the máquina, whatever you want to call it. They're into the game. And they come out nice, healthy, very healthy, man, running laps on that fucking, out there on the yard. They're out there, doing their calisthenics and whatever they could do, bag work, water bags, whatever they could do, to get their mind off their current situation, get their mind off their old lady getting boned by a black guy, and also, to help stimulate that rhythm, man, to get ready for guerra, to get ready for whatever they're doing. People get bigger. Now, everybody has their own agenda and everyone moves differently. And I'm going to be real. I'm going to be like, right here, I keep it real. No added preservatives. I'm going to tell you right now, them black guys, what the? Let me see if any are around, right? There's not. Them black vatos, them vatos are built big. I remember I had a black homeboy, man, he had a son, his son was born with fucking abs, right? I'm telling you, they're just born with the frame to get it. Now, I'm not going to say, I'm not racial. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, only they can be. There's some big Mexicans, big old white boys. Look at the wood on that's Wes Watson. That's Four Finger Wes. That's Wes right there, right? Let me tell you about Wes, bro. Vato's big. Vato's dedicated to his craft, man. You can't take that from him. A lot of people will sit here and clown on him, clown on his stories, clown on who he is. It's just like they clown on me. It's all good, hood. But one thing I'll tell you facts is the Vato, you can't deny that he's dedicated to his craft of working out, man, and to taking care of his body and staying healthy. You could see that. When the Vato first got out, if you guys remember, the Vato was cut up. You could tell he had that calisthenic physique. That physique everyone in prison gets out with now. Well, not everybody. There's some Vatos in there. They're just trying to do, they're not even doing the mostest, right? But this Vato didn't get out like a cake, but a hostess. He got out and he had that cut up situation going on and he got into his moving and his grooving, on 50 history. He got into his shit on YouTube and all of a sudden everyone was like, damn, that's a big old Vato. And he got attention. He got a lot of attention because of his size. And then lately, if you watch him, that Vato's blowing up like this. I ain't going to say nothing about no steroids. But I'm just saying, Liver King, that's just the way it is. Speaking of the Liver King, Vatos that have size garner attention. If you see a big Vato walking down the street, God, that's a big old motherfucker right there, Holmes. And everyone starts reminiscing. I remember back in the Pintas, there's one Africano, that Vato was fucking big, looked like Tookie Williams on stair. I'm telling you, that's just the way it is, bro. Does size matter, though, when you're in prison? Not really, other than it makes you a target. Facts. You want to hear some true life stories? Here's some true life stories. There was a big Vato, I remember. One of the biggest guys I ever seen on the yard. And you would think that would be an intimidation factor. You don't want to be started with the Vato. Of course, he's big. If he gets you in the choke, you know what I mean? So I was scared. Jody. He's going to start licking you and doing the Jody. Start doing the island boy on you, right? You get a big Vato like, there's nothing you could do. Once the choke game starts, he's going to put the choke game down real, right? But on that yard, there's a lot of Vatos that are willing to apply pressure no matter what the size is, right? Size doesn't matter. David and Goliath, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, they say. But there is the intimidation factor. Vatos are like, damn, I'm going to have to put the big one in him. Bone crusher time, right? You know, you have to go that extra mile just based on his size. But that doesn't make him no monster. That doesn't make him no gangster. That doesn't mean he's bigger and badder. I mean, he's bigger, but it doesn't mean he's badder or better than anyone else. It just means he's a big-ass Vato. That's it. And what he becomes, rather than feared or rather than hated on, or rather he becomes a target, man. He becomes somebody that if something does kick off, if he's on the opposite side of what you're representing, you already know the homies are going to stick 3 or 4 on him. Period. Right? Vato just too damn big. Now, I've been seeing big Vatos like this since I was young, man, in CYA. There was this Vato, man. Shout out and rest in peace to Boxer from Rebels. Vato had chest and he could put 2 pictures of a gallon of apple juice on that motherfucker and he could just get his wigglization on. Vato was big. There was also a Crip Tiny Evil, man, from A-Tray Gangsta Crip. Shout out, man, that was way big, right? Monster from Shotgun Crip, way big, man. I'm not just trying to throw names out there just to throw names out there. These Vatos were absolutely extra big. Time Bomb, man, from Swans. These Vatos were just big-ass dudes. You know, I think one of the biggest Vatos I ever ran into was Chip, man. Chip, who was Junior Seau's brother when I was in Fred C. Nellis, you know, down south. You know, I ran into him, did a little bit of time with him. He was a big Vato. There were several guys that were big, and we're talking about youngsters, 13, 14, 15, 16. Big already. Vatos looked like they paroled from Folsom twice. Just swolled up, right? I can only imagine how big they got when they got to prison, because 99% of the people that were there went to prison or died before they got a chance to go there. It's just what it was, man, 90 shit. Now, did it make a difference in prison? Having done time there, does it make a difference in prison? I'm going to tell you about the differences between prison and the streets when it comes to size. Like I said, man, target practice. You see a Vato like that, and the first inkling of a thought is, damn, I bet you it's going to take at least 3 or 4 homeboys on that one, right? And then it becomes normal. The normality of it is real. There's so many big Vatos, so many Vatos dedicated to making their, you know, their health or just working out, you know, that it is what it is. You know, you see one big Vato, you go to another yard, you see a bigger one. Part of the game. They get no extra privileges and no extra treatment from any of the extra the other inmates, you know, or the other convicts. No one treats them any different. You know, this ain't make-believe or fantasy land, they say, right? This ain't fantasy land where everybody... This ain't none of that. Just because you're the biggest Vato on the yard doesn't mean you get all the privileges or all the respect. You know, I seen the smallest Vato with con glasses and no tattoos in the yard is the man, right? I've seen different scenarios and different stories. So when I tell you the truths and the facts here, just because you're big, it doesn't make a difference. Now, of course, there's going to be Vatos that gravitate towards that. They want to be around you. They want to see how you got that big. Well, guess what, Holmes? Here's the secret. Ready? Push-ups, dips, pull-ups, things of that nature, man. And most of it is just chemistry, eh? The Vato has it in him to become that big. Not everybody does. You can sit here and work out for fucking 3 years straight, bro, and you might, the veins in your neck might pop out. But you're not going to be 330 pounds, 6'8". It's never going to happen, eh? You know what I mean? You can get bigger, but you can't grow taller. Puto, it's just the way it is. Now, Vatos that are big, does it make a difference? Does size matter? In some cases, it does. It does because there are, let's just be real. Let's be frank here. Gore! Can I be real? I'm going to be real anyways, right? The realness of the matter, sass. The realness of the matter, the bang bang menudo style realness is this. A Vato is going to see someone that's big and you're automatically going to be, all right, I need to watch out. It's not fight or flight. It's not fear. It's awareness. Okay. I want to see the fucking veins sticking out in the fingertips. That's different. That's way different, right? Vatos are going to be aware and they're going to trip, but it doesn't mean nothing. Does size matter? It does on the streets. You know, on the streets, people see a big dude and all the guys, oh man, I'm trying to be like Mike. Damn, I want to get like that. Well, work out. Puto. Stop eating donuts. Stop doing unhealthy things. Stop drinking soda. Stop bullshitting yourself and get to it, man. And maybe you quite possibly won't be that big, but you at least will feel better about yourself. You'll start noticing differences and changes. But it all comes with hard dedication, work, and an ethic, man, to do that. You have to just put in some work, eh? In life, you have to put in work. When you're from a gang, hey, Holmes, you don't get the respect because you haven't put in the work. Put in the work if you want that respect. When you're at a highlight at a job, if you want your job to give you a promotion, put in the goddamn work. right? If you want to be big like Wes Watson, put some steroids. Nah. Let me tell you, man. Here's the thing about Wes, too, man, without clowning too much. Just a little bit. The wind's blowing, right? When Wes Watson first came on the YouTube scene, what was the first thing people noticed? How goddamn big he was. They didn't notice the way he talked. About that's charisma, man. He has attitude. He tells a good story. He's a storyteller, man. Everything's fine and dandy in his candy land, right? Everything that he says, people adhere to and they hear. But they seen a big old swole-ass white boy turn to the side so that way he looked bigger, yelling at the camera and spitting and talking about hooping fucking magazines. When we seen that, we were drawn into it. Damn, that's about to hoop the Maxim magazine, right? It was like, you were like sucked in. No, as you got closer, you got uglier, right? Like me, right? You got sucked into it. But trip out on this, it was the size factor, Holmes, that did it. People think prison, they think big old fucking Vatos walking around. It used to be like that. It's not necessarily like that anymore. Sometimes the biggest Vato I ever seen, it wasn't a Vato that was doing 20 years in prison up under the weights. It was a Vato from the streets. The Vato came in like that, left like that. It's just what it was. But that's what we all noticed about Wes Watson. That's how he was able, plus his storytelling and his charisma and fucking, you know, a blind luck, the Vato blew up. Can't hate on that. You can't. But the size thing did draw us in. It's the same thing with Big Boy from the Strength Cartel. People are so fucking, they're tripping on his side. How does a Mexican get that big? Frijoles con tortilla, ¿sabes qué? Salsita, a little chorizo con papa. You put your right foot in, you put your left leg out, you put the chorizo on the papas, you do the hokey pokey, you turn yourself around and say, shoo! That's what it's all about, right? The Vato got big by eating protein and working out and a little, never hurt nobody. Bang, bang. That's just it. Or maybe he's natural. I can't call. I don't know. I'm just clowning. I'm just having a good time. When it comes to size, does it really matter? You know, some people are intimidated and some aren't. You know, there's situations where size works for you and it won't. Vatos see a big guy, they're not gonna fuck with you. Oh man, no, what the fuck that? You see that? Imagine, man. The Vato got you right here and he hit that fucking one pressure point and, you know what I mean? You're snoring, right? And then there's some people that are like, big old buffalo butt motherfucker, I hit her like that, and fall. You know, they're not tripping. So in some cases, size can work for you and it couldn't. Let me tell you a quick little story, man. I was working this holiday on the streets, not prison shit, right? Working. And I had a boss, used to be a bodybuilder. Vato was pretty big. You know, you could tell he was older now, so he kind of lost it. But you could tell at one point in time, every vein in his forehead stuck out. You know, that Vato was Rich Piana before Rich Piana was Rich Piana. So he was a big guy. You know, he ate his oatmeal and peanut butter. He knew what time it was. His protein game was real life. Anyways, this Vato, he was like infatuated with other big people, bro. I don't know if he wanted to give him the two-hand twist and just suck the chorra. I don't know. But any big guy, he would come run to me. It wasn't even work related. Hey, fool, you seen the magazine? Hey, fool, Ronnie Coleman, look. What did his bicep is 20. I'm like, look, bro, that's you. You have this fetish with big black men. I don't know what it is. That's good. You need therapy. You need to go work on that. Not work out. I said work on that, right? Anyways, one day he comes to me and he's like, hey, did you see the new guy I hired? He's acting all tough with his chest all out like he did something big. Like the Vato's on the yard in Folsom, right? New Folsom. You see the Vato I hired? He said it like that too. You see the Vato? He's a white guy. You see the Vato I hired? I said, come on, bro. Stop it. It's not you. I know it ain't me. You see the dude I hired with? I said, listen here, brother. What you gonna do, brother? You know what I mean? I got into my Hogan mode. I said, no, who'd you hire? And all of a sudden down the stairs, I see this big old bald, straight fucking shot collar movie. Fucking the beast sitting there in the holding cell wood, right? Coming down. All I hear is coffee, coffee, coffee. Get over here. Let me check your paperwork, right? Just a big dude. I'm like, damn, that's the big old white boy. He said, that fool's massive. He's going to be our greatest worker here. He was judging him on his size and what he thought. 2 weeks later, that Vato stole almost every tool in the shop and the FBI was looking for him. It was over, right? I said, how you feel about Big Boy No? I said, you know what? The only thing his size worked for him, he was able to carry out that fucking compressor because he's that big, right? He was all set. Well, I paid a lot of money for that shit. I said, he even took the coffee wood, right? That's what you get for judging a book by its cover and thinking about size over what matters, right? Size don't matter, eh? Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, I want to get in a fight with the biggest giantest motherfucker because, you know, 9 times out of 10, that hit's going to hurt. But does it matter in places like prison and other places? It's always cool to take care of yourself and be healthy, man. I think the people that prosper the most are the people that use this rather than that, bro. The people that play the game of chess, not checkers. The guys that are willing to sink your battleship, not look like one. These are the people that progress more through the ranks of whatever they're trying to get through, because they're using this, Holmes, and this, the corazon and the brain, bro. And those don't connect, Holmes. But if you know what you're doing, you can utilize both of them. Size doesn't matter, yet it does. It does within your own mind. If you think you're a big man, Holmes, whether you are or you're not, then you rock like that. You carry yourself. You have high self-esteem, man. You're not stressed out. You're not self-conscious. You're not worried about the next man. And you're also healthy, man, so you can live to fight another day, right? Are there some big vatos that are no joke? Absolutely. Is Wes Watson one of them? Absolutely. Did I say noli? You know what I mean? I don't know this man's program. This vato might choke me out for all I know. I don't want to fight him. But one thing I do know that's a fact is size helped him achieve what he tried to achieve, man. And he did that. But sometimes it could hinder you. Sometimes vatos that are that swollen and everything, like I said, people look at them some type of way. They start to talk behind their back. They're tripping. They're automatically targeting them. So yeah, size can hurt you and help you. There was a guy that asked me that question. He was like, hey, if you're on swole, no one fucks with you, huh? Nah, they just stab you. You know what I mean? Straight up. That's prison anyways. They ain't gonna go there, hey, bro, can I talk to you? Damn, you got big old traps, eh? Let me see, bro. Fuck yeah. Hey, you disrespected me in the child. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna... You feel that? You feel that in your trap, eh? You feel that in your trap. You feel that all the way down your spine. Boop, boop, boop. That was over the muscle. That was over the muscle. Yeah, they're on. That's just it, man. Size to make you a target. Anyways, with that being said, man, I just wanted to bring you guys some of the realness. You know, I'm not sitting here and sugarcoat shit and just talking to talk, man, and lying to lie and bullshitting to bullshit. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is somebody asked me a question, does size matter in prison? Ask your old lady, does size matter? She might tell you about Gunner. Bang, bang. Ask the people around you, does size matter? Not really, man. To be totally honest with you, not really. You know, this is what matters, a mentality, man. A brainwave, eh? You know, if you think you're that one, if you think you're that big, man, then your mind will make it happen. You will speak it into existence. Is that how you say it? Speak it into existence. I got to slow down because sometimes the inner fucking what is Mexico Paisa comes out on me and I can't really speak that good. But guess what? The existence of what's going on in your mind will come out of. That's it. With that being said, gente, I'm not trying to prolong your day. I'm not trying to bullshit you. You know, I work out not to get big, man. I've never had that frame. I mean, I get 9, see? Yeah, I get 9. But I've never had that frame. There's some vatos, especially Africano, brother. I don't know what it is in the water. And I'm not trying to put them above anyone else because it's black and brown and all that. And white's included. Hey, wood, brother. I thought we're woods, not white. Well, you're white woods. Right? Everybody's included, homes. It's all love. But them vatos right there, they're born big. I don't know what it is, bro. It's in the DNA, eh? Anyways, with that being said, gente, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose and you get every single goddamn thing that you want. Today, tomorrow, every day, man. Go out there, strive, get it, work out, stay healthy, be real. And remember, man, the biggest vato ain't the hardest vato. You know what I mean? His head might be, though. Ask Wes Watson. He'll tell you. The vato's walking around like this right now. Talking about, I'm all natural, I'm all natural. The only thing natural about you, well, I was about to say his old lady, but she naturally got rid of him, right? The only thing natural about that vato, we're going to hold that thought. You know what I mean? With that being said, he has the natural ability to bullshit. That's it. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Go out there and get it, man. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's bringing you guys the best entertainment I can possibly on YouTube, man. It doesn't necessarily have to be gang related. It doesn't necessarily have to be about what's happening on the streets. All it has to be about, man, is what you enjoy, man, in life. And that's what I'm going to continue to strive for. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what it is. This is the gun. Bang, bang.